Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Hermit Skies. In the last episode, we spent a hell of a lot of time on this tower right here, which is a set of 81 neutron collectors, set all the way up to world height from level 100, I think it is, that we are here. So actually from level 99 and every 2 layers up to, I think, 253 on the Y level has a neutron collector there. Each layer has 81, so it's producing quite a lot of piles of neutrons. As we can see here, you know, it's got 2,562 stacks plus 40, and I think there's maybe 1 or 2 that aren't actually pulling out properly. The reason for that is if I were to take the number that's in here and divide it by 81, it doesn't actually go to a full number. It goes to like a really like 0.77 like, you know, recurring, and it's not a full number. It's got decimals in it, which it shouldn't do. If every single one of these is producing 81, it should divide by 81 perfectly, but it isn't. So not going the best way. So we'll have to probably just take these connectors out and then put a deep storage unit or something in there and individually check each layer. Shouldn't take too long, but it's something we're going to do for a different day, because I've been trying to do a few things in the background whilst this is obviously running, and that is the plan for today. Also, we want to just have this running in the background, creating a lot of neutrons, you know, basically, yeah, piles of neutrons to get neutronium nuggets, to get neutronium ingots. Because as I think I said, it's 24 neutronium ingots per infinity ingot, and I've been working out like how many infinity ingots I need for the infinity armor. I'm still working it out like to the every single item that I need. But yeah, we're gonna need a lot of them, so I'm not sure how many is worth in here, but we are going to be needing a lot, and we're gonna also be needing a lot of Awakened Draconium. Now we have quite a lot if we look in here. 50 blocks of Awakened Draconium, 3 Awakened Draconium nuggets, and 289 Draconium essence. And I've actually recently just created 4 or 5 more cruxes, so I can have 4 or 5 more seeds here. So we've got 8 and then 5, so we've got 13, sorry, running here. But I want to add more. I want to get up to 81 seeds in this episode, and I have a way of doing it. So you may notice in my inventory, I've got a bunch of end crystals. I have been going to the end and just basically fighting the end dragon. And now I could set up something in the end to try and trap it and kill it, and especially since we have a spare EP Elatri, then we could, you know, do something with that. However, I have a different plan. I'm not sure if it'll work, but let's see if it does, because someone mentioned it would work. I'm not sure if it'll work on Project Ozone Lite, but I know it works on Project Ozone too. So we're going to see if it translates well over. So from what I can tell, it should work. So if we look up the word syringe, we will have all the syringes from Mine Factory Reloaded. We'll also have a syringe from RFTools, which we can get there. And what this allows us to do is just check how we clear it. We don't want to get it, you know, filled with any Enderman. Actually, well, yeah, we'll use on an Enderman, and then we'll sort of show how it works on something else. So if we right click, we're supposed to get a, oh, I guess it won't work on the evolved Enderman. We need a regular one. We got any regular Enderman? I guess in the end. Oh, maybe. Does it work on villagers? It won't work on him. All right, let's go to the regular end. Let's see if we can get a regular old Enderman. Ah, here it is. I have to punch it. So if I punch this guy, luckily we've got our armor, so it's not actually a huge deal. So we have to hit him 10 times, it looks like, to get full mob essence. And basically, that will allow us to create a world where specifically it will spawn Enderman. Now, that's not useful. You know, Enderman, that's not particularly useful. So I want to know if there's any way of clearing it. Doesn't look like it. So we'll just throw that one in there for the moment. We'll make another one. That's not a huge deal. It's quite cheap to make, as you can see. So what we're going to be doing is taking some end crystals, going to the end once again, and we are going to be summoning the dragon. And going to be trying to hit the dragon, I guess, 10 times, unless it changes for different mobs. And then we're going to create a dimlet that hopefully makes a world that spawns end dragons. You can also see I've set up a vacuum chest here with a torch. So basically, whenever a dragon dies now, the egg will spawn on this layer in this block. It will drop down instantly, go on the torch, and then instantly go into here. So we've not got to worry about that. I'm not worrying about setting up to an AE system. I'll just pick them up manually. But if we do this, I don't want to go up there straight away. You know, it's not a huge deal considering we are just going to be, you know, just hitting him. It's not actually going to be a huge deal. So as soon as this is done, we actually probably want to be up there, to be fair. But if we do that, we can't see where he's going to go. It's going to be about here. Did I get anything? Nope. Where's he gone? There he is. Right, so... Okay, so it works. It looks like it works. We just need to do 10 hits. Come on. How am we on? My worry is that because of, like, Draconic Evolution, it's going to be possibly different. Or maybe it's only unknown because of it not being full. Right, so that's now full. So let's just... We need to get better arrows. That'd be nice. Right. That's done. These guys being picked up. It's quite nice to get some Superium, or Supremium Essence. You only get 2 though. I think you get 4 from the Wither. But we shouldn't have to worry about the heart. The heart should go straight into our inventory from where it is. So let's pick up the experience. It should go to 5 dragon eggs. Yep, and we got the heart as well. So let's see if this worked. If it doesn't, then I can still go with the kill him manually, but it's a stack and 3, and I don't really want to do that. So, Dimlet Workbench, if we go in here and we look up the word dragon, there we are. So we should be able to put that in. Mob Dimlet End Dragon, or Ender Dragon. It costs 10,000 RF per tick, and maintain cost is 10,000 RF per tick once again, and tick cost is 9,000, which actually isn't too terrible. So yeah, what we want to also have is just a few other dimlets if we can. It would be nice to get a midnight dimlet, but I think we might already have one. Day dimlet. Let's see what we have. I don't know. No rain. Don't really care about rain too much. Feature dimlet none. Apparently it's a craftable one. We can get some... Oh, that might be interesting. Some regen. Even though it's not gonna matter too much. We can get some damage boost, which might be an interesting thing. They don't want to show up on here, though. That is slightly interesting. Unless I'm spelling damage wrong, which I don't think I am. So yeah, what we want to do is, we don't care about the sky particularly. What we really care about is having a, well, the plan is to have a flat world and also have a, also plenty, that'd be nice. Yeah, having a flat world with, any sort of day. So I just, if we look up flat, what do we have to do for that? Yeah, so what we are missing is a... I don't know what dimmer that is. At RFTools. I legitimately don't know what dimlet that is. I need a... I need a terrain void, maybe? Or a dimlet terrain controller. That's what that looks like. So I need a... dimlet terrain controller. So, flat. And then I'm not sure what I need for that one. Terrain absorber, it looks to be. So I'm not sure how that one works. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of research and see if I can find out how I'm going to make a flat world get absorbed in terrain, unless... I want to see if I can still get this thing working, because that has been taking absolutely ages. A terrain absorber, and then if we get a lever... If this doesn't work, I'm going to just look it up. But my thought is, where's the one place we can guarantee is flat? The mining dimension. So, let us try that. It's not really flat though, is it? How am I going to get a flat dimension? Oh, maybe the emerald dimension will have, is technically flat. Did we put a flat dimlet into that? That's maybe where our flat dimlet went. Ah, yes. See, so we have this one, which is flat, which is nice. So we just have to wait for this thing now to do all that. So I'm going to wait for that, and then I'm going to see if I can get any different time dimlets or anything, so I can force the time on there, or anything. I don't know if regular mobs will spawn if I'm forcing ender dragons to spawn though, so we'll have to see about that one. But yeah, should be an interesting time. And I've also realized there's something else I might want to make, which I'll look into whilst waiting for this thing. So I'm letting that one stay in the emerald world. I put a world load or a chunk loader right next to it just so it's staying there, because I want to make something just quickly before we actually get into this. And basically, I've been waiting to this a little while. I actually went to the end to collect an item for this and then never went any further or mentioned why I wanted it at all. I just kind of forgot about it. And that is because this is a world full of dragons, and they do hopefully drop all the same drops. There's going to be a lot of drops that we aren't having picked up. We have a magnet, sure, but we can upgrade that magnet ever so slightly. We currently have this electromagnet, and I want to see if we can get an item dislocator or an awakened item dislocator, because that is slightly higher range from what I understand. So they are fairly easy to make, in all honesty. A block of redstone, draconium ingots, and a dislocator, which I'm not 100% sure if that is part of the draconic evolution or re-evolution thing. I know portable teleport is, and I think there is, yeah, we have to make that thing for this. And if we really wanted to, we could use this dislocator pedestal for it. But we are not going to worry about that. We are going to head over here. I'm going to get away from that, because I just realized that whenever you bring up Tinker's Tool stuff, it's really laggy. So yeah, the reason we had to go to the end originally is because we needed this chorus flower, which we needed a chorus fruit to go and be furnaced, to then be into popped chorus fruit, to then go into this thing to make this a chorus flower. Why did I go super fast then? No idea. So then that should be fairly easy. We should have a lot of draconium dust. Yeah, 70. It's a fair amount. So Enderman got nothing. So if we wanted to, yeah, we can basically set this up, put it on a pedestal, and like if I wanted to go over here, I can, in theory, right click, and then, or shift right click, and then right click regularly. It has a durability, and it seems to take health. This one doesn't seem to, which is interesting, I guess, because it's on a pedestal. So it's got durability, it's got 20, but obviously we have the talisman of repair, so that's always nice. But that is not a need for us. We are just going to put it back in there, throw it in. Oh, I just realized I have no draconium ingots. I think I have a crafting recipe. Yes, I do. I think they're still creating as well, so they should be good. So item dislocator, and then we got an advanced item dislocator. So it requires not a whole lot more. We need some awakened draconium ingots and some regular draconium ingots, so 2 of those. And then I'm just going to do 1 set of that. So that should be everything bar the advanced dislocator, which means we need to make another dislocator, which means we need another chorus fruit to put in the furnace, to make a popped chorus fruit, to throw in here, and then I think we need a dragon egg at the very least, I saw. So there's that, and what else do we need? We need 4 draconium ingots, an ender pearl, and a dragon egg. So 1 dragon egg, 3 ender pearls, and draconium ingots. We need 4 more of you. And that should be us sorted. And it only requires 80 million RF, which should be fine as long as we get some yellorium into this machine here, because I've not been filling it up. And that's bad because all the power's going to the other places. I should set some sort of buffer so it kind of doesn't do that. Also, apparently I left my upgrade key in there for some reason. Don't remember why. That also should be going in here. So let's put you guys in. And then that, and then finally a dragon egg should start. There we are. And it should get some power. Hopefully this is producing enough. Yeah, so it needs 80 million. We've already got 80 million and increasing, which is perfect. I do need to set this up, maybe even just off of one of these cables to put yellorium in there constantly whenever we have it, and then just create a bunch from these seeds. Like, do that. I was also thinking of somehow making a way of putting a, what is it, a seed reprocessor. Putting a seed reprocessor here, and then, or let's say here, then having it go back into here, because we can turn the seeds, which we're not using, into essence, which goes into here, which just gets us a little bit more. It's not going to obviously work for these two down here, but, you know, it's something at the very least. So whilst that's just creating over there, we should have our flat world dimlet sorted. We are probably gonna have to make another setup for that though, because yeah, you're perfectly fine. So let's do that. I'm gonna probably, as I said, make another transmitter and then dialing device and a few other things, because we want the emerald world still running, but we want everything else kind of working as well, how we want it to. So yeah, we need both. So flat dimlet, perfect. So we got a flat dimlet, an ender dragon dimlet, and then a time. Well, we don't currently have a. Oh, damn it! What? When's that work over on top of this? So yeah, we need a time dimlet. So whichever ones these are. Digit dimlet. Apparently I can't find a time dimlet. Unless that's what they are. Day. Sky, normal day. Mid. Day. Day. There we are. Normal day. These are currently not craftable. Yeah, time. That was what it'd be noon. So yeah, that's the one we're trying to craft over here currently, but obviously it's not doing an amazing job. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave the time for the moment. I don't think time's a huge issue for us. So we need to make a, let's go to RFTools. We're going to have to create a blank or empty dimension tab, and then come over to the dimension inscriber. I'm going to throw that one in there, and all we really care about is a flat ender dragon dimlet, and we don't worry about the time too much, and we don't really worry about anything. As long as it's flat and spawning ender dragons, that's fine. So store those, that's going to be realized, and then what we want to do is create another dimension builder. So dimension builder, hopefully perfectly fine. There it is. And yeah, this should be a lot less. Yeah, it's only 11,100 ticks to create. RF per tick, sorry, and then 10,011. So I think we should be good with a, well, actually regular capacitor. We might actually just be able to put it under here as its own thing, and then should be good with that, because this is going to be creating. My only worry is it's going to be getting. I mean, that's a lot more power than it's ever going to need for the moment. And I guess what we can do, worst case scenario, is put like a solar panel next to it that's got a lot of power sort of thing. Like, do I have any spare solar? I have a lot of solar panels. This one right here. Let's just put it there. It's not amazing, but, you know, for the moment, just to make sure it's got power. So that should be fine. We're going to throw that in there. We're going to have to create a few other things. So we need dimensional or matter transceiver. We need a dialing device also. And then we need a dimensional transceiver. We're going to have to set up... actually, yeah, we'll do different dialing devices for this stuff. So once this is... It's not fully created yet, but we'll see how this goes. So again, we need... I'm not actually sure how many it is now. So we need 64 and 3. And then if we minus 5, so we need 62 dragon hearts. So we'll be able to see now how this goes. My only worry is it's going to destroy the stuff that we want to keep. Also, I don't know what dimension 4 is. But we'll... Oh, I guess dimension 3 is the Emerald World. So we'll dial once there for the moment. So we'll have to make sure we know where we're dialing for these things. And this is going to be worrying. Yeah. So it does spawn other things. As we can see. And it's a little bit laggy, I've noticed. I need energy conduits. I should be fine for the moment. There we are. So let's get out of here so we're not in the way of some dragons. And yeah, my worry is that this is going to happen. Because the dialing device is now broken. But if we come over here, we do have this. So I'm not sure if there's any way I can set those up so it's a little bit more less broken. Maybe I'll set and down like something somewhere else, like set it up somewhere else. But you can see, you know, this is insane. I just need to make sure I can make another dialing device. Also we're running out of power on this, so just make another dialing device for us ever so quickly. Come on. Come on. It seems like a horrible world to live in. At the very least. I don't know if it'll like always be night, but I guess I can still do this. I am glad at the very least that it's not requiring the boss thing over there. I do need to make a death muffler, I think. And I don't think it's making... yeah, I don't think it's making any... Yeah, or my matter receiver, transceiver, and everything is gone now. Like, literally everything. So I'm going to have to do an entirely different setup and probably put it deep, deep, deep underground, because otherwise that's going to happen. I'll probably put it at, like, bedrock and then have a way of getting up. It won't be through a teleporter or an elevator or anything like that, because that just won't work. I can guarantee you. So, I think this is kind of a good starting place. We'll just do something over here. Why? What? No, 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 no. I can't die. I can't die here. Can't die. This is not how it happens. Whoa. Okay, I need to charge up my power a little bit better. I don't know if it's they all want to go to the origin point. I'm also just gonna... No, that's the wrong one. There we are. I want to get these items on the floor so I can see them. We didn't even make the dislocator, did we? Because it's still in the thing. Yeah, at the very least, I've thought of a few things we need to do. The first one is we need to upgrade our bow. Or at least get some arrows for it. Because it'll be nice to be able to one-shot the dragon with our bow. If at all possible. Oh my god, the lag. Who thought it would be a good idea to do this? What can't Ender Dragons destroy? They can't destroy Endstone. But can they still fly through Endstone? Is the point. Because how am I getting back otherwise? That's my issue. Wow, look at that. That was thumbnail material. Where are we at? 17. We've only killed 17 of these things. It feels like we've been here forever. But yeah, at the very least, we're getting a lot of Superium, Friendlier Pearls. A lot of those. If we look at these, we're getting 96 of these, and each one of these is 900,000. Or, yeah, 900,000. So basically a million RF. I was about to say, have the dragons stopped a little bit? So what I'm going to have to do is get some Endstone crafted up. And then hope. The plan is, if I can get to, like, down here and set up... I'm probably going to need my wand as well. If I get this, they can't seem to get in here, but that's fine. Just want a 5x5 area for the moment. We'll expand it actually a little bit further out. And there we are. Whoa. And then I'm gonna build a wall up. Like so. I'm scared. Like, one Ender Dragon's fine, but when it gets to, like, this many of them. My worry is they're still going to be able to get in. Like, hitbox-wise. They'll be able to do that, like, go through, but I'm not sure if they will. I kind of want to test it, but... I mean, if it comes to the worst, like, worst to worst, we can just leave this place and... like, in a real quick, and then, in a quick manner, and then leave and never come back. Oh my god, these bats, I keep thinking they're dragons. So, we want to sort of do this. A little bit. So just get a few of those up. But yeah, I think we definitely need to sort out our bow, is what I've learned from this. So, that is a thing to do. I don't know how many modifiers we've got on it. 3 plus arrows. Arrows are a good thing. If we make some good arrows, we can do a lot of good stuff, because we're currently just using vanilla arrows. Right. Then we need some, like, glowstone. Actually, I'll just get some torches, because I'm not sure if the glowstone will survive. Nor do I think the torches will survive, but it's less valuable. And then we've got 3 things to go here. Now, I'm going to put the thing there. We're going to have a dimensional transceiver, 1 of them. Now, if we were somehow cut off from our A system, that would be the worst thing. So, but I don't want to... I'm tempting fate, so knock on wood. So, dialing device in the center, and then we need a matter transceiver. And then I think it's just the opposite. So we get a transmitter, receiver, energy conduits. And then I guess we can use the Staff of Traveling if we want to get out of this place. So these End Dragon Receiver. There we are. And then I don't think... No, I spelled that right. That's fine. So that should be fine. We're dialing device. We're going to do that to dial there. That at least can get us out. I just want to make sure that we are safe to get out. We are. I was hoping... oh, not hoping. I was very worried for a moment that somehow I was going to teleport over a dragon also. That was going to freak me out. Right. Oh, it's so quiet. It's so nice. So, yeah. This then we want to have going to dial there again. We want to double check that this all works. Okay, it does. Now what we want to do is get a Staff of Traveling. Actually, we don't. We want to go get that magnet we were on about. Because the Advanced Dislocator should now have been done. And this is what Shift right click to open GUI, Shift plus scroll to cycle destinations. Okay, cool. So we've also got this quest completed, so we'll just go and get one of those, see what we get. Some Fluix Insertus blocks, that's not amazing, but no big deal. And then we want to get the Dislocator, the Awakened Dislocator in there. That is now sorted with a little bit of lag, and then that should be there. So I want to see if we can put it in a pocket item. No, we cannot. I'm not sure if it will also work in the back of the inventory instead of being on the hotbar, but let us find out hopefully. So we are going to go to the End Dragon Dimension, and it looks like we've already pulled some amazing stuff in. So we want a Staff of Traveling. We're going to put the Dislocator up there. It looks like it still works throughout our inventory even if it's not in there, so it's fine. And this place is insane. I feel like I should have made this out of like bedrock or something. I apparently run out of arrows. Let's try this again. So yeah, we're trying to get 63 or 62 in total. So I'm gonna just spend my time here, hopefully not die, and yeah, I'll be back when we have hopefully that many stuff, because it's gonna take a while. A very, very, very long while, and possibly a death or two. I'm hoping not, because trying to get back here to my graveyard is probably going to be a damn lot of work. So let's hope it isn't an issue. I think I might have found a better way of doing this. So I've made this massive end stone thing, and it's not the most elegant solution, as I'm sure you can tell, but I have got this extra item in my inventory. It is an Advanced Dislocator, and the reason is because the dragons can still do that, pretty much. It's causing issues, and I've still got to light the place up because stuff is going to spawn, and I don't think I've got end stone stuff, slabs. So basically what I've done is made another Advanced Dislocator, and if I right-click, it will take me back to my base. It uses 1 ender pearl per trip, but obviously with ender pearls, we're not in short supply, and if we really want to, we can get some either ender lilies sorted up here, or we need to get the enderman essence. These ones will make enderman essence, and 8 of those will make 4. So, you know, however we're doing that, we'll be able to get a lot of ender pearls, or we could just EMC them. So if we're going to go dial back to there, we're going to shift right click, and then we should be able to set a new area, and we'll do that for the moment. We'll commit to that. If we get rid of it, we can change, I think, we can change where these specifically are going to, but we can also right click on which ones to teleport to. So we can teleport to the base eventually. There we are. And then we can like scroll, so like that. So shift and scroll. So regular scrolling doesn't work, shift and scroll does. Sometimes it seems to be a bit iffy. And then we can just right click regularly, get back to this area, and then if we want to, we can get a Staff of Traveling out, which is actually already in my inventory, and we can get out of this place. And you can see the mess that this place is now. This is just so we don't have to worry about, you know, because those things that they're firing can still destroy endstone. That's my main issue. But also something I want to check out is I've made an infinity arrow, which this does on itself. It does 18.15 or 18.15 damage with a bonus damage of 300. So it does quite a lot. And then the arrow itself is doing 113 damage. I don't think it's going to one-shot, because it didn't even hit. Because hitboxes, I think, are weird. It's not going to one-shot. Let's see how many shots it takes. 4. Oh, come on. 4. Come on. Can I not hit you like that? Either way. So now we can just do this. And you'll hear the advanced dislocator is making like an experience picking up noise. I've noticed that. That's just when it picks up items. Which basically now means I can never go back to my mob farm because it just constantly makes that noise. But yeah, I think this is going to be the way we have to do it instead of using a physically destroyable block. Is just use the advanced dislocator. It's just in general a little bit easier, and now that it's got to nighttime we can sort of do things a little easier. So we're gonna get 62 of these again, and yeah, it's taken me a while to get this because I actually wanted to do 2 more things in this episode, but we might not be getting around to them depending on how things go. Let's see if we can shoot this guy. 2. Come on. Really? Why'd you just go to like the origin? It goes to like 0, which I think is why it's such a bad idea to do that. It goes to like the lowest point of 0 that it can. I think, because this is 0, right? This block? Yeah, 0 is this block right here. So it likes to go to that origin, which is probably why, like, if I made the thing somewhere else, it wouldn't actually do that. I hate these particle effects. Let's get rid of them. I think I can do that and get my FPS a little bit further up. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits. And we can always upgrade these, as I said, and the Dragon Heart should always go back to our inventory, so we can sort of stay up here, and as soon as they die, even if they go back to the origin point, we'll pick up the items when they do that. So we just have to, for the ones that are going down here, we have to kill them manually. But yeah, 62 hearts, here I come, and then I think we'll try and do the other things today because it kind of all relates to each other, so hopefully it should be interesting. But really, just look at this insane work that's been done here. It's interesting. I might end up actually like ditching this world at some point and making it out of something more hard. Maybe if we can make an endstone world. Yeah, a world made purely out of endstone, and then a dragon dimlet, then that might be a little bit of a better way to go for this. But yeah, I'm just going to get these hearts eventually, and hopefully we will level up our arrows as well, because luckily we only had to make 1. I thought I had to make more, so I actually made 5 of these arrows, but they've just got XP. I'm not sure why they're not leveling up. It looks like you have to one-shot to level up, so we might just go to like the mining dimension or something. Or actually the deep dark might be a good idea. And just kill a bunch of stuff to get these arrows up. And I think the same goes for shurikens, where you have to get them killed in 1 hit or something like that. Or at least it doesn't work on the end dragon, at the very least. Which just kind of sucks, but yeah. There we are then. So I've now got 63 extra dragon hearts, which means we'll have 68. What we actually need is 64 and 3. So we've got 1 spare, which is nice, I guess, if we want to use those to make some more Awakened Draconium blocks a little bit easier. Rather than having to wait, then we can do that. But these are then going to cause us to have enough cruxes to actually, you know, speed that whole process up in and of itself. So if we look up crux, we're gonna have an issue, I think, because every single dragon we kill gives us 2 supremium essence, and we need 4 for each of these. So I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I'm also gonna create some diamond blocks, so there's all those. So we should only have 67 diamond blocks, so that's going to be our limiter factor. And then we're going to need some Awakened Draconium blocks, which I guess we'll just, you know, do this with, so we have enough. So let's see how many we can make. 36, and then we just need the Superium. So the way I've been doing Superium recently is like this. I've been taking the Inferium Essence and I've just been basically filling my inventory with it. Because we're basically multiplying the efficiency of this by 9 times. Because every time we do this, we're getting 9 times more done, especially for the same durability technically. So if we do this, then we're going to get a load of Prudentium blocks, which is then going to lead into intermedium blocks when we throw all these in, which is then going to lead into Superium blocks, which is then going to eventually lead into Supremium, which is 9 Supremium per 1. Now, I'm still not sure if that's going to be enough for that. What am I missing? I'm missing Awakened Draconium blocks. I forgot I needed those. So I've got Cruxes, I've got 38 Cruxes, but I'm going to need to make some blocks. And again, we're going to have a little bit of an issue with that. Though, if it comes to it, we can just kill the dragon a few more times, and then just get a few more Awakened Draconium blocks. So, 40 is where we're at now. We need, what, 24 plus 3, so 27. And every single Awakened Draconium block, we can get 27. We're going to need, let's say we go up to 4, 8, 16, 20, 24, 28. So we're going to have to do that 7 times, which means we need 7 more dragon hearts and a bunch more wyvern cores, which is just going to cause a lot of issues. So I don't really want to do that. I think we're just going to try and do what we have here. And right now we're just waiting for Awakened Draconium. So we'll see how this has to go. I'll take 1 block and do that. So that's going to be 3 more Cruxes made. So 44. So I think we're just going to be waiting until these produce, which does lead me on something else. But we also have to get... actually, not a whole lot more. Well, no, yeah, sorry. We need Awakened Draconium Seeds also, which are going to require 4 Awakened Draconium each. I'll also require some crafting seeds for Insanium, which is going to be an interesting time. So we will have to produce upwards. I might make some crafting recipes for the blocks, and that might make everything a little bit easier. But we'll see. We'll make like a stack of Supremium blocks, or Superium, whichever one the red one is. Of the blocks with the recipes, and that might be the best way of going about it. So yeah, my plan that I had has fallen through, unfortunately, so we are going to have to just wait for the moment for some Awakened Draconium. However, we have 44 Awakened Draconium Cruxes. What we can do, or attempt to do at the very least, is try and make some more Awakened Draconium Seeds. So what I'm actually going to do is make some recipes to make some Superium Essence. I think I mentioned it before. So we're basically just going to do this. We're going to take some Inferium. We're going to make 4 of those. And then we're going to put those in with a Master Infusion Crystal. Those are then going to create Prudentium blocks, which we're then going to craft up. What I'm going to actually do is, because we have the interface thing, I'm going to put them in individually with the with the tier upwards of what they are. So since there is Insanium blocks actually, so maybe we'll go for Insanium blocks, but maybe not. So I need a Prudentium to go into Intermedium, which is then going to go into the Superium one, which is then going to go into... Also, I just realized how many piles of neutrons we have. Damn. So into medium block. We're going to craft one of those up to make a Superium block, which is then going to go into this area. And then we're going to go to this area and make a Superium block. Or do I already have... There we are. That's why. Because we already had some. So back into the Master Infusion Crystal and up to there. That's then going to scroll down to here. We're going to find the Insanium, and then we're going to find a different one that doesn't have any of those for the Insanium blocks themselves. So if we do this, we're going to make an Insanium or a Superium block. which should, as I said, take a lot less time than the other way. So I'm going to make 2 recipes here. I'm going to make that recipe, and I'm also going to make this recipe, so we can craft up a whole lot more a lot quicker. And I'm going to actually put that in with or in a separate thing. So we're actually going to put these completely separate. So these are the seeds. We're actually going to find one that doesn't have any seeds in it. This doesn't have actually much in it at all. I don't think we're going to need the ingots pretty much ever anymore, so we're just going to throw these in here, and then we'll throw in this on its own. So if we were to now do this, we can make some insanium blocks, which then, let's say we wanted to make 64 of those. We probably don't have enough CPU power to do this, I'm thinking, which is something I do want to address at a later date, if I can. But let us see. Eventually. It will take a while, that is to be said, but as I said, it shouldn't actually take as much time. Yeah, that's going to take forever because it's 64, but if we go to look at 1, 1 is only, you know, a whole lot less. We have a lot of inferium, and that should just quite quickly make an insanium block. So we need to make 44 of those, so we need to make 44 of the insanium blocks. So I'm going to cancel that, and pretty much, yeah, 44 is going to transfer over pretty much perfectly. So it's going to take a while to go through, but I'm going to leave that running, and yeah, then we'll just wait for the Awakened Draconium to run through, and I guess also I might use those lily pads of fertility. That might work at some point, so I'm going to investigate into those as well. Slowly making progress with this whole thing. We now have, obviously, the 44 cruxes, which I guess we'll start putting down now, and I've made 4 Awakened Draconium Seeds at the moment. I have 67 Insanium Seeds ready to use. However, I'm just waiting on the Awakened Draconium stuff, which, if I wanted to, as I said, I could go for some Awakened Draconium blocks from regular Draconium blocks. It might take a little while. It's my only worry. If I need to do that 7 times, and then I need 5 of the... I can't remember what they're called, but I need 5... yeah, 6 actually Wyvern cores per one. Each of those then requires 5 Draconic cores, and then if I was to do that X amount of times, it does take a little while. So I'm not sure how I want to do it right now, but you know, it might be worth it just to get the rest of this stuff up and running. I think that's all I'm actually waiting for on the cruxes as well. I actually shouldn't have to do 7 sets for the cruxes anymore, but I will have to do obviously extra now for the seeds. But if we just sort of try and... we're building out with this is the plan, so we'll have like a layer out at the side that doesn't have anything, but that's fine. Get rid of this crux. Knowing our luck, we'll just get like a bunch of cruxes in loot chests now that we, you know, have gotten this sorted. But if we do, I guess we can always expand out, but not a huge deal. So do this. I'll grab that mattock as well, and then we'll hoe all this land up. I will only put back what I have placed down, so I know where stuff is. There we are. So we've got 23 remaining. Yeah, 23 remaining, and then we'll just put a few down. I think, oh no, it's the Superium hoe that does 7x7. This just has this. I think it might be a good idea to at least get that Superium hoe just to have it, and then we can use the 7x7 hoeing thing. But for now, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds extra, so it should produce a little bit quicker at 34 for the moment. And yeah, just a few more to go. As I said, what is it, 23 remaining to go there, and we'll also plug all these back up. We can actually do all of these if we just get the wand. That is not the wand. That's the wand. So if we just do that, and I think I've done it wrong. Somehow. Did I somehow lose some? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 8 more growth accelerators, which I already have 1 of. So 7 more growth accelerators. Which is fairly easy. It's just that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how I lost them. Probably lost them by not just being close enough, because I saw that one set of items that wanted to drop, which was slightly annoying, but yeah, we'll have those going fast now, which is good. Just waiting on the rest of these. I don't think we're crafting anything right now. What are we waiting for? It's the... yeah, oh yeah, we're waiting for the seeds to grow. That's the thing. So yeah, I might get started on doing a bunch of Awakened Draconium blocks and stuff. Just, I do want to get to a full amount of this by the end of this episode, because that was one of my 3 things. I had make the dragon world, get a, fill this up with Awakened Draconium Seeds, and then the last one, which we can't do because I currently can't access a certain item that I need, so I'm gonna have to work out how to get that. Or I know how to get it, I just need to progress so that I can obtain it. But yeah, 23 more to go. Crux and also seeds are fine, but we just need to wait more on more Draconium, Awakened Draconium. So yeah, I'm gonna go work out exactly how many I need for all of these and then craft some up in fusion crafting. I think is probably the easiest way of doing it, if I'm perfectly honest. So we'll probably do it that way. The seeds are finally finished, and we just of these Awakened Draconium Seeds. It's 80 because obviously the middle block isn't there, just making sure that these are all correct and sorted. And I'm sort of wondering if I can put a growth... do I have a... No, I don't have a tier 3. What I can actually do is I'm going to get rid of this one here, and I think you might be able to put multiple down, and it sort of work the way I'm thinking it kind of will. Like, it will multiply the growth speed, because if we can, that'll be cool. So 57 of them. I think that's far too many. But I do remember seeing one with like a tower's, like 4 towers worth of these things. So if I can just get a few of those sorted over here. So I get 1, 2, 3. 3 of those. Let's see if it's going any particularly faster. Like, I can't really tell, but it looks like it might be. I mean, it's not really worrying. It checks up to 10 blocks up or down, and it works on 9x9. So it's 10 up or down. So it's technically like 21 by 9x9, I think, is the area it checks in possibly then. So we could possibly put them here, and if they count as a light source, which I think they do, we could have them up instead of the glowstone on these, which may also look quite interesting. Or we could have the glowstone like that. So yeah, because we have so many of them, why don't we try this? Obviously we can't really test it too much because we've only just put in the last set, so we can't see how fast it is in comparison. That actually looks kind of cool, I think, having all that. It would be nice if some of the like little inscriptions on the side were like randomized, like this one, it's all the same on this one. If it was like sometimes it was over here or on the other side. Also, apparently I just destroyed a nature seed. Don't know how I did that, but I did. Don't know. But yeah, it's going fast now, which is really, really good. So we'll throw the rest in here, and then we look at some Awakened Draconium. We've already quite high. I had quite a few just from it finishing up. But if we just do this, we've got even more. I also threw a bunch into here. I don't know if they're all finished yet. No, 12. I threw like an absolute ton of these in here, so it's just been creating in the background. Obviously it's 900 million RF. This now holds 500 million RF, so it's 2 full sets of that. And I've just put some Yellorium blocks, which I found out you can use the blocks, which is quite nice, in there. So it's you can see, capacity wise it's doing quite well. And yeah, we're getting some nice Awakened Draconium blocks and stuff. We can throw that in, see how many Awakened Draconium we have now. We have, like, we've already gone to 79 after basically finishing all that up. So we're up to 130 ingots of Awakened Draconium stuff, which is quite good, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for the draconic armor, because if we look at this is 15 for this one, then this is a whole bunch more. So that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 of those. So 15 plus 31, so 46. Then a whole bunch here, and then not as much. Actually, it's quite a lot. Helmet's the easiest to craft, it looks like, but we require Awakened Cores. 2 of those each require a Awakened Draconium block, and also 5 Wyvern Cores plus a Nether Star. Nether Stars are easy, obviously, because of EMC, and we're creating them in that thing, but obviously we are going to have to be waiting a little bit. So if we were to turn all of these into blocks, I want to see how many we would have. We would only have 14. So it's not actually that much, but I mean, it's another case of if I leave it running in the background, just like with these things, which are now up to like 397,000, which I'm like sure it's not updated here yet. Has it? Yep, see. You just have to update it every so often. But yeah, if that's going to be running in the background and updating, that's pretty good. That's cool. And yeah, we'll get these going in the background, and hopefully, yeah, we had those lily pads of fertility. We were going to try those as well. Just sort of adding anything that we can. What was... I swear I just saw something very interesting in here. I can't remember what it was. No idea. Either way, lily pads of fertility are right here. We have 3 of them in total. So what I'm actually going to do is put 1 on each side. So 1 here, 1 here, 1 there. So we'll get a bucket. We have 3 buckets of water, because I'm assuming they have to go on some water. And we'll put a half a block there. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I mean, that works, and it seems to have sped it up already, but I want to place that there. That works. And then lily pad of fertility. Oh yeah, you can definitely see that's having an effect. And recently, I found out, obviously the way to make lily pads of fertility is lily pads on their own and then fertile essence. Now, Rib Bones, Catalyzing Gland, and Cactus Green were all easy to make prior to this. Slime Pearls were the only one that I had issue with, because Slime Pearls are dropped from slimes, and it's dropped by regular slimes and magma cubes. And I didn't have any slimes in the immediate area, and they weren't spawning. However, there is an area in the... It's either in the Emerald Worlds or the Mining Dimension, but... Oh yeah, it was in the Mining Dimension, I think. One of the two, basically, where one of the slime islands were up there. So I think I have some... so if we do that, lily pad of fertility, fertilizing gland. Yeah, we've got some slime pearls. We just need 3 of those per one, and then some cactus green, which we can make cactus, yeah, with quite easily with that. 16, throw those in there. And yeah, what the plan will be eventually, just to have 1 on every side of this, and on here for the nether stars. Why are you not? You're just taking a really long time, aren't you? There we are. Boom. But yeah, that should be good, and it looks like it is definitely, like we're already up to 5 stacks of these now. So if I can just fill in these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24 more of these. If I can get that done, which I'll probably just do in between episodes, if I'm honest, that'll be really cool, and should speed up this thing a whole lot more, because we're going to need these a lot more than we need nether stars, because nether stars we're just making in this thing still, so, you know, it's not as huge a deal that we are crafting them, or that we are making them with seeds when we are producing with this, whereas Awakened Draconium either costs 900 million RF to make 4 blocks, or some seeds which are constantly growing and also going quite fast now, especially when you have so many of them. But yeah, I think that's actually going to be it for now, though, because those are the 2 things I mainly wanted to do, the Dragon World and then the Awakened Draconium Seeds, and that just, you know, is a precursor to us upgrading to Infinity stuff eventually, plus also just being in this world and just having the neutron stuff going. So I think what I'm actually going to do is just throw this world onto a server, or just leave this client running and just leave it on for like 10 hours whilst I'm either asleep or at work, and that can be a good way of us getting a bunch of stuff. And yeah, so if the time goes up massively in days, that is, you'll know why, if it's in the thousands and stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.